well with your various shelter-in-place orders, or shielding as it is in the UK, or self-isolation, shielding if you're ill, vulnerable people like us and so forth. And I just wondered how you were all getting on and what you were doing to occupy your time. I've now broken all records with audiobooks and managed to consume I think I've managed to do 3 in 72 hours, which has got to be a record for my own sort of book consumption. Although the last one, which was The Daughter by Lucy Dawson, it was developing very nicely, you know, as you would, really enjoying the book, etc. Although don't read it whilst you're also worrying about random viruses and things, because it really does funny things with your head before you go to sleep. But the story did one of those things where it all sort of came to an end abruptly, and I was left feeling sort of, well, it seemed too abrupt how things unfolded, and I was left sort of wanting more, or a sort of slow decline into a resolution, as it were. So I wasn't entirely satisfied with that as a book. It's about my second or third one of hers, and the others I've been fairly pleased with, although they do have a tendency to be sort of very sort of abrupt kind of endings that you maybe felt you wanted some more, you know, some more sort of meat to. But other than that, it was a very good read. And then I've read a few others that I'll be reviewing in separate videos on my channel as well. But I don't really feel like I've got, I don't know quite what I would say about the other daughter without giving the whole, it's too much of an intricate plot and too easy to give it away. So it would be one big plot spoiler, and I don't know, so I can't think of I'm not that sort of agile-minded like that, so I'd say if you like that kind of mystery thing, give it a go. If you like a sort of vaguely, most of Lucy Dawson's stuff sort of peters around the sort of mythic type of almost as if sort of you keep thinking you've fallen into a sort of occult kind of thriller almost, or sort of based around something spiritual, and then it sort of, you always end up having that sort of knocked on your head. So yeah, but I'll give it a go. I mean, it's different, people like different things, so seeing if you've got any recommendations yourselves, feel free to drop them in the comments below. So I have now read lots of books, and since I can now sit up for longer than a couple of hours, I really think I ought to get back to studying properly. And also, well, and we had the I'm having the issue with support staff having the COVID infection at the moment, but and luckily they're progressing nicely and you know, healing up well. But it's very worrying to think that they're very otherwise healthy and they've been struck down by this virus and stuff. So it's just an extra reminder for all of us to take as much care as we can of ourselves and each other. But I definitely want to start doing more sort of organised study time, maybe in the mornings when I get up, instead of whiling away the days watching YouTube videos. And just doing pleasure reading. I ought to make this time count for something and finish a few of my online courses off. So that's what I shall do, and I might make a video of me doing a study with me in self-isolation. So that might be an interesting one to see. But I don't know. I mean, the weather here has taken a turn for the better. I'll show you around my lovely bedroom at the moment. It's very sunny, which I think will be good in terms, it'll keep people's spirits up because they can, you know, it's not cold and you're not sitting in the house being cold and wet, but you're more likely to fight people going out for walks when they're not supposed to be in congregating in places. And one of the moorlands near where my dad lives, apparently it was on Facebook to say that it had started to smoulder in flames, so whether they've had some sort of vandals up there, I don't know. I tagged him into the Facebook post of it and he hasn't commented as yet, so it must be relatively okay. And because it's been relatively wet over the winter, I'm hoping it won't take hold too easily. But these isolation weeks are going on and on, but oddly enough they aren't dragging as much as I thought they might have done. I've managed to get some organisational stuff done, and I've been trying out some new services which I'll also get to review and tell you a little bit about later. I just need to make sure that the disability access things are as I would like them to be before I would want to tell you about them. But yeah, it's all positive. I mean, we had the clap for the NHS the other day, which is a UK-wide thing that happens at 8 o'clock on a Thursday evening, and it's supposed to symbolise those who care for the NHS or those who work for the NHS caring for us, and also for the carers that work within social care, like in the communities like my carers do. And so that's good. I mean, I've never seen our streets so unified in that way, so that's been pleasant to see. I'm hoping to start being able to do some exercise, just pushing my chair up and down my driveway to try and burn off some of this extra energy. See, the thing is, with having more time, I'm cooking more, and then you eat more, and this can't be good for your sort of waistline, so I want to try and sort of work it off a bit, or at least stem the tide of weight gain before it gets too bad. And I was hoping to be able to get out more this summer as well, and sort of get back to my fighting weight, as it were, because if I've got to have my hip operated on, I want to be as thin as I can possibly be so that it doesn't put any strain on the joint. So, and my surgeon is very fierce about that sort of thing. He won't even consider you if you are a bit over your BMI, which I'm not actually, but he's not remotely forgiving in terms of BMI. But yeah, so I'll have a few more book reviews later for you this week or beginning of next, and if you've got any suggestions, feel free to pop them in the comments below. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Guys, I'm just getting ready for this evening's clap for the NHS staff. It's something that's been going on in the UK now for about 3 or 4 weeks. It's a kind of just a morale boost, hopefully for the frontline workers and carers, and even any kind of frontline staff. So, and it takes place at 8 PM on a Thursday. So I just thought I'd try and film it here. I don't know how good it will be when it starts, but we can try our best at social documentation. So I'll see you when it starts. So, Capricorn Way is clapped tonight. Today's cat photo is Womble. He's nearly 3. And one of my little siblings. Oh, hello, get your face. Because you've got such a pretty face. This handsome face, woman. He's my little boy cat. He's one of a sibling pair I adopted when he was about 8 weeks old. He's a gorgeous little man, aren't you? And prolific hunter, but gorgeous and purry and everything you would want in a cat.